Hey y'all. Whew. Listen, I know something happens when I'm riding and thinking and contemplating and as I'm preparing for another celebration of life, I'm sorry y'all. Let me calm down. Let me let you listen to this for a second. You receive that. Listen. I know some of my friends, y'all know me on the professional side. Y'all skip this one. This not gonna be. This not for my work friends. This is for my saved friends. This one is. I'm sorry. This one is for my friends with the Holy Ghost. I love y'all. I love all my friends, but you're not gonna. Yeah. You. Anyway, as I was listening to the words of the song, I heard this song for the very first time in a season where I had lots of questions regarding whether or not God's will lined up with my desire. Have you ever been in a season where you have faith, you believe God, you want to believe God, you want to put your trust and confidence in Him, but the question is not whether or not God is able, the question is not whether or not God is God enough, the question is not like whether or not He's powerful enough or sovereign enough or gifted enough. That's not your question. But truthfully, your reservation in your request or in your desire or in applying your faith to a certain situation is hindered, or it's jolted in a sense, because you're not sure if God's will lines up with your desire. And as I was driving, I was coming to pick up something to eat. As I was driving, God began to minister something very simple to my spirit, but I said, let me share this. He told me to tell you, some of you are losing the battle of your faith because you have been deceived. Hear me. You think that the effectiveness of your faith is built on whether or not you receive the thing you asked for. You think that you determine the effectiveness of your faith based on whether or not you get what you asked for. I know, I'm about to mess with you. The effectiveness of your faith has nothing to do with the outcome of the situation. You hear me? God just messed me up. The effectiveness of your faith has absolutely, positively nothing to do with whether or not you get what you asked for. And that's why some of you won't believe God now, because you believed him before and didn't get what you desire out of the situation. But can I help you today? The actual effectiveness of your faith is measured by your confidence that God is wise enough that God is wise enough to make the best decision for your life. No. I'm believing God for a house. I'm believing God for a car. I'm believing God for a healing. I'm believing God for a job. I'm believing God for this, for that. Okay. And guess what? What if you don't get that car? What if you don't get that house? What if you don't get that job? And what if your healing doesn't come in the way that you desire it? Because let's be honest. When we say, God, we want you to heal us, we don't want the process. We want the miracle. We want the miraculous, instantaneous healing, instantaneous deliverance, instantaneous breakthrough, instantaneous transformation. That's what we want. When we apply our faith, we want God to move now. Let me not talk about you. Let me talk about me, because I'm saying we, like, and some of you might not agree. When I pray, let me speak on me. When I pray, I am believing in God concerning my life. And truly my expectation is that when he answers, he's going to do a quick work. if I get to choose how God responds, if I get my number one choice. Now we know it's not always going to happen how we desire. We know that. But if we can be honest, if I can be honest, when I'm asking God to move, I want the fastest option possible. And while I know that patience produces more effective faith, to be honest with you, certain things, especially urgent things, I don't want to have to wait for God to come through, because the waiting is usually the most tormenting part of the process. Can I be honest with y'all? I know. Listen, and some of you have heard me already testify about this, and some of you have not, but I went through, I think it was about, I want to say 14 months or so of uncertainty concerning my health. I was in pain on a daily basis. Some days more pain than others. Some days the pain was tolerable, but there was pain daily. I still had to go to work. I still had to take care of my children. I still had to complete my school assignments at the time. I still had to maintain a sense of physical fitness, but I was in pain. Days at a time, weeks at a time, in pain. Had no idea what was wrong. Then I dealt with being nauseous, which to me was worse than the pain, because you can't eat, can't stand the smell of anything. It was just a lot. Just abdominal pain, sometimes bleeding, sometimes vomiting, sometimes just running to the bathroom over and over again. I did not know what was going on. So, and then I was in school trying to acquire my degree, but also trying not to diagnose myself in the midst of knowing some of my symptoms and what the differentials were on the table. See, that's sometimes the poor thing about having knowledge is you know so much that it hinders your faith from being able to believe because you're so practical and intellectual. That's me. I'm an intellectual Christian, but my faith always supersedes my knowledge. I feel churchy today. But in the midst of going through that process, I asked God to heal me before I went to the doctor. I didn't go to be evaluated until 2.5 months after my symptoms started. I made my first doctor's appointment, and then I didn't get into the specialists who could evaluate further what was going on with me until 3 months into my symptoms. Mind you, during this time, my immune system had been working in overloads. It was being overloaded. My white blood count was having to produce so many defenses continuously that my numbers begin to drop. So I'm bleeding, I'm having pain, I'm having multiple symptoms, and now I'm getting weak, and my blood work is showing that my immune system is having a hard time keeping up with whatever's going on. Right. Y'all don't understand. So when I say your effectiveness of your faith is not whether or not you get what you ask God for, because the truth is I asked God to heal me before I needed to go to be evaluated. I kept it to myself for a while, but as my symptoms got worse, I had to share because I didn't have the strength to do what I needed to do. It got so bad to the point where I literally, in the middle of my workday, instead of eating lunch, I had to go to my car to take a nap during lunch because I was exhausted. And every Saturday, every Saturday, literally got to the point where my kids knew on Saturday I was not getting out of bed. I had to literally lay in the bed all day Saturday so that I could recover my strength to get up Sunday and prepare us for the week and to get through the week. But hold on. I'm gonna leave y'all alone. I'm having a praise party all by myself. I just came to let y'all know. It took a while for me to get an answer. And to be honest with you, the answer I got was not what I wanted. Still have symptoms, still have whatever. But I'm grateful that most days I don't have pain, and most days I don't have nausea, that most days I have the energy and strength to live and to pursue and to enjoy and to praise. And that's why, Lord have mercy, that's why I'm grateful the way I'm grateful. That's why I live the way I live, because I realize this could have been a whole nother way. So let me encourage you. Don't stop telling yourself you can't believe God this time because last time it didn't work. That's a lie. The only time faith doesn't work is when you think you're supposed to remain in control. True faith is saying, God, I surrender it to you because I know that you know what's best for me. Listen, whatever you're handling right now, give it to God, please. Give him complete control, and then you go on to live. Love y'all.